How's it going today, folks? This is Caleb Ragnar. I'm over here in South Windsor looking at a trade-in that we just took. It's a 2018 Jayco Eagle fifth wheel. This is the 321 RSTS, showing that this unit is still Climate Shield approved, which means that this has been put through their temperature controlled facility over in Elkhart, Indiana. This unit was brought down in a temperature controlled room to 0 degrees up to 100 over the span of 24 hours while able to maintain an internal temperature of 68 to 72 degrees while running that heating and air conditioning system. Now it looks like this unit did originally have those fold out stairs, but the owners did install the actual tuck away stairs here, so you're going to be able to have these slide right back into the unit. They're going to have those adjustable legs right here for you to be able to, oops, not zoom in, zoom out, to be able to adjust those legs right here through those pins. Now you are going to have your exterior weatherproof speakers as well, and then you're going to have this switch here, which when connected to power is going to illuminate a light right underneath those steps. Now for this door, it is going to be on a friction hinge, so that means if the wind does have a pretty crazy day, you're not going to have to worry about it slamming up against the side of your camper. Now, just pointing out, you are going to have two awnings here. So we've got one on this first living room slide out right here. Previous owners did already install slide toppers, big bonus right there. And then you're going to have that other awning coming out here on that entertainment side as well. Now, pointing out here, we're going to have our spray port. So you're going to be able to hook up an external hose attachment here, be able to hose off after a day out hiking, hose the dog off, or just clean off the actual side of the camper if you wanted. Now, front compartment here, you're going to have motion sensor lights. These have the option to be always on or on the motion sensor setting. And we've got connections to hook up a television to either put in here or have a table outside to be able to set up. You're going to have a pass-through right here for all of your wires. And then this access panel will give you direct access to draining out your low point drains, which you can see right up underneath here for when you do need to winterize that unit. Nice big pass through. You're going to have that Astro foil underneath to help retain some of that temperature, keep things cooler inside during the summer months, warmer during those actual cold months coming up. 50 amp power cord inside of that unit. Let's keep moving on around. We've got our 30-pound propane tank here on the front. Two 110 volt outlets here. And just from everything I'm seeing on this wall right here, things are looking nice. I'm not seeing any signs of delamination on this 2018. Now, front pass-through are going to have a little bit more storage space under here, just showing we're going to have those circuits right there for your leveling system. And then we're going to have the space for your batteries. Looks like they've got the one here, but you would be able to fit up to 4 inside of here if needed. You're going to have that MORryde pin box here, emergency breakaway. You'll have that light if needing further assistance while hooking up in the dark. And you'll have these two switches right here, which are going to be for, I call them the cat eyes, and those LED bars going up and down for the light strips. Got that Jayco emblem still looking nice. Looking like there's a slight little bit of fade on the fiberglass here, but again, for a 2018 camper, can you believe that was almost 7 years ago? Most likely this was built in 2017. So yeah, 7 years ago, and nope, I was wrong. So it was built March of 2018, but still, crazy to think how long ago that was now. Other 30-pound propane tank right in here, and just showing you're going to have your actual distributor here. So all the way over to this side, we're pulling off of this tank here. If we were to switch it over, that will pull from the opposing side tank. Have it down, it'll pull off of both, or whichever one that you have open. Now right in here, it does appear that we have our little emblem for the auto leveling system. Is going to be in its entirely own separate compartment right here. Let's unlock her real quick just to give you guys a peek. Oh, these keys. Which we're gonna have to spray that with a little bit of a WD-40 because I cannot get my master key in there. But you are gonna have an auto leveling system right in here. It's going to be through lippert components. You will be able to raise and lower that front landing gear with the up and down arrows. You will be able to auto level the entire system as well prior to putting out the slide outs and then hitting auto level again once you have extended all those slide outs. There will be a retract all button as well for when you're ready to hitch this unit up and take it off of your campsite to the next adventure. Now just showing this compartment here on this side as well is going to be on those pistons. You're going to have another motion sensor light right here, and then you'll have another outlet which is connected to that GFCI outlet. Opposing side will have your battery disconnect switch here. Again, everything's looking pretty nice inside of here. We're gonna have that B&B Nautilus system. Solar on the side is applicable here. You'll be able to get a flex panel, hook it up and get a little extra juice running to your battery. On and off light here, no motion sensor. We've got the controls for our water port. So spray port is going to be connected to this hot and cold dial, which means that one you saw on the other side, temperature is controlled through this device right here. Red switch will turn on your water pump. You'll have some coax connections on the right, and then this graph right here to determine what type of camping we are doing, or if we want to winterize or sanitize, which direction to face these valves to determine where we have that water going. We've got our water connection right here, and then a black tank flush to clean out that black tank when we are done dumping the whole system. We've got our pull valves for those termination tanks right there, one black, two grays, and another port here down at the bottom to be able to run all of our hoses and wires through, so we can still keep our compartment closed. Next to that, we're going to have our water heater. This is going to be able to run off of 110 volts of electric or your propane option. Furnace exhaust. We've got the connection for our 50 amp power cord as well. And then right under here, if you ever wanted to install a SantaCon, that would be the macerator. This would be the spot you'd be able to set up that assembly. And again, just showing on this side as well, slide toppers on that Schwintek, slide toppers on the actual kitchen slide Schwintek. And again, just showing you up on that top, things are looking good. I'm not seeing any delamination at the top of this beautiful 2018 Jayco Eagle. Giving you a peek right under there at our tires as well. Things are looking nice. No complaints that we're seeing on this so far. Looks like a little bit of the paint might be peeling off of the axle, but again, perfect for a seasonal or just a couple trips during the actual season. Right here, we're going to have the backs for our refrigerator. Now that refrigerator is going to be able to run off of, again, 110 volts of electricity for the fridge and also off of gas. So we've got that right there just for you to be able to have that exhaust. Range hood exhaust right over here for the microwave. And then we're gonna have some more low point drains right underneath here. That one's gonna be for your freshwater tank. And we've got that overflow hose. Just pointing out, we've got those two leveling jacks right here. Oh, look at that, still a brand new spare tire on the back as well. Moving around, we've got bumper for your stinky slinky. And then for all those folks who are going on the road, you're gonna have this here. This is going to allow you, I'd have to double check for 2018. I know usually it is 3,000 pounds on the back with a 300-pound tongue weight to be able to throw that bike rack on there. Looks like this customer still has that rear view camera on the back, so that would be coming standard. Let's take a quick peek on the roof. And roof is looking nice. We've got the 2 AC units on here. One vent. Looks like we've already got an aeroflow cover on there, so you could keep that open 365 days out of the year. And it is prepped for solar as well. So you're gonna be able to get that solar panel on easy peasy. And again, roof is looking solid. Now the one thing I am noticing, there is a slight little ripple here on the back. Very minor delamination. It is not soft, and it does not appear that there is any water underneath there. I can't even press down on it. Seals look like they could definitely use a little bit of a touch up here. Now this is where you're going to be able to lower down that actual spare tire here, and just showing you the other side of the slide out here. All right, and now up on into the unit. Are gonna have this nice little screen door over here as well in case you wanna get that cross breeze. And it looks like you do have that shade over the window. You are gonna have that handlebar there for support walking on up. Again, just taking a quick peek here. We got some solid floors. I always like to check this first, especially around that sink area. We are gonna have that ducted heat in the floor right there for our propane heat. And again, just walking around, I always like to make sure things are feeling nice and solid that I'm seeing over here. Yep. Always got to check for those soft spots in these used units. Fire extinguisher right by the door. You do have the handle here as well. Now, controls for that actual heating and air conditioner system is going to be right here. And you do have this little tablet that's going to allow you to control a lot of the features on this unit, from putting out your slide outs, awning, as well as the HVAC system. Dimmers for our lights. And then we are going to have, ooh, pretty fancy right here. We've got the bypass EMS right here. Gonna be entirely honest with you, I have not seen this on any campers, so I would definitely recommend reading the owner's manual on that. Switch right here is going to be for that overhead fan though. And then we've got the actual controls for putting on our interior lights, the water pump, and both of our options for electric or propane on the water heater. Controls for all three of our slide outs and both the awnings as well. Right here you'll be able to check the contents of both grays, black, fresh water, and the current level of the charge on the battery. Now we'll start going around the unit here. We are going to have the actual little pantry setup right here. Looks like we're going to have that drop down shelf. Oh, my fingernails are not strong enough to pull that out. Drop down shelf, or you could have it as the actual coat closet if needed. Oh, love to see this. Looks like we do have all the manuals in here from the previous owners. And again, just taking a quick look at this unit, we did not clean this coming in. You can tell, maybe aside from a little bit of the suds here on the side of that sink, this unit was kept in very good condition. Besides a couple minor smudges on the couch right here, things are looking extremely well. There is no abrasion, there is no tears in these fabrics from what I am seeing. And just for a 2018, was clearly kept in very good condition. Just taking a quick peek on the ceiling, ignore that little black dot, that is just a spider, which means you're probably not gonna have any bad bugs in here, but again, things are looking very good around the actual ceiling of this unit. I am not seeing anything that would raise alarms at this moment in time for there being any potential issues with this. Now, a little bit more storage up above as well. Now, it does look like that this would be a spot to be able to install a gateway if you wanted to have some form of Wi-Fi connection for this camper. And they're gonna have information right here for how to download that app. Oh no, this one is, oh, this is for the one control. So, separate one for the one control right here to be able to control those antenna options. Love this over gap right here, the little shelf on top for all those seasonal campers. Great spot to be able to put a couple extra knickknacks. Me and our seasonal site, me and my family have been doing it for 19 years now. We've got a shelf like this on one of the park model units that we've been in now for close to 2 decades, and always love putting up our cool little trinkets and stuff on top of there. Little area here for the coffee pot. You are going to have an on and off light. This is going to be on its own control, and they give you some USB ports. We've got the drawer, some more cabinet space underneath right here. That's going to be right next to our converter box as well. Propane detector next to that. Look at that. Everything neatly labeled for all of your fuses as well as your breakers. Now again, we're going to have that absorption fridge here, so you'll have the options to run it off of either gas or electric. Nice big fridge. I don't want to call it residential, but certainly bigger than a lot of the fridges you're going to be seeing in other fifth wheels. And this is my favorite part. Dual freezers. So you will be able to select the temperature for different ones. So if we've got one, hey, we're going to keep the frozen meat and veggies, other one for ice cream, other delicious cold treats for the summer, you'd be able to keep that at a different temperature, so it's not frozen solid. Love the island over here, nice solid countertops. You are gonna have that power tower here with the plugs for 110, as well as 12 volt for your USBs. We've got some drawers on the top. Spot right here, wouldn't be a bad spot for a small garbage can. And let's see, can I get the light on there? There we go, a little bit brighter in here. Here, hold on, let's take filter off. A little bit clearer of a view there. Beautiful. And yeah. Nice and clean under that sink. Again, just showing you, I am not seeing any signs of leaks underneath this sink either. Very, very good signs on that used unit. Now, I do love the 2-bay sink right here. You're going to have that pull-down nozzle as well. And they still do have the dish drying rack. Now, we are going to have 3-burner stove. They call it a knife rack in the back. I would certainly make sure it's nice and clean before you put any knives in there. We've got the microwave over top and a little bit more cabinet space above and where you'll plug in that microwave. Honestly, doesn't look like they cooked in this maybe more than once or twice. And I mean, hey, you lower this down, you might actually be able to fit. I'm always bad at this. Certainly not a one-handed job right there, but look at that. You could really cook a whole chicken in there if you really wanted to. I wouldn't go as far to say a turkey, but pretty good size oven for a camper. plenty of drawer space as well, all up and down the line. And just show you that one on the bottom too. Now you have an actual pantry right over here with, oh, I love this, the adjustable shelves. Not all these are gonna have that. So that way you'd be able to pretty much select your customized height on all of those. Now right over here, ooh, this looks like a goodie. We got a CD player. That's a big win. Break out the CD box, break out the CDs, bring out that binder. We can still utilize them here even in 2024 with this great 2018 product here. You are gonna have your almost 5,000 BTU electric fireplace, have the option to have just the lights on or be able to have this electric heater throw out some heat for you on those days where you don't want to turn on that gas furnace just quite yet. Gonna have your Furrion soundbar here as well, and then that television, which again, this is not a one-handed job. I'm gonna pause it just to pull this TV out so we can give you a better view of how you are able to rotate this to view any seat here in that living space. And just to give you a quick peek behind, you're gonna have a lot of storage space behind here. And also that bottom connection there for you to be able to switch between either your antenna or satellite connection, should you have one at the campground. Now, over here we are gonna have that trifold sofa. You're gonna be able to pull this out. That back portion will flip down. You'll be able to have another spot for somebody to crash for the night if needed. You'll have plugs and USB ports on both sides, and then you'll have that fire exit right behind. Good amount of overhead storage here as well. And these, at least in the middle, are gonna be passed through separate compartments here on the end. Gonna have the theater seats. These are not electric, so you will have that black pulley right here for you to be able to kick out, kick back, and enjoy some television after a long day hanging out at the campground. There is going to be the middle console as well, good spot for remotes. They give you the cup holders. And then you are going to have 2 collapsible chairs in the back. Underneath the bed, they do have their own covers, as you can see right here. Looks like there's a couple pillows in there as well, for you to be able to accommodate 4 people at this table. So again, let's see if we can do this with one hand. There we go. You're gonna be able to pull out that additional little extension right there, add a little extra length to comfortably seat those 4 people at the table. Now, at least for these stationary chairs here, they are going to have that strap there to be able to keep everything safe. And you got a little bit of storage on the stationary ones, not the collapsible ones. Good spot to be able to store your board games. As well under here, look at that. We already got some newspapers coming with it, complimentary. And then that'll just tuck right back in. So when we are bringing those slide outs in, making sure we drop that down nice and safely so we are not crushing it up against our island. We do have the GFCI on this side as well. Now with the actual ceiling in here, just want to point out these actual AC ducts. This is going to be the Whisper Quiet Air Conditioner. As you can tell, we've got those 2 intake vents. There's no actual unit on the roof. There has been no hole cut in the roof for that actual AC system, which is going to help cut out, they say, 40 to 60% of the noise that you would hear from that unit running. So big perk in this living area. You're gonna have your ducts right here. They are reusable air filters. You can pull them out, give them a quick clean, and be able to pop them right back in once they dry to enjoy that nice cool air, keeping things nice and fresh. Now for these ducts as well, for your actual vented ducts for the AC, they are rotational, and you can close them, as you see with that one right there, to pretty much determine where is my main AC blowing all that cool air. Good option to have. For the furnace, it's going to be located underneath here. These are the intake vents for that actual furnace system there. So just be sure to be very careful of what you're putting in front of it. We want to avoid having any harsh chemicals open in front of it that could potentially get sucked into that system. Now for the bathroom, we got a nice big shower. Just pointing out, we do have a little bit of antifreeze. This currently is winterized, so you're going to be seeing that skylight in here to help all you tall people out there who sometimes struggle to fit inside of these RV showers. But got the nice little seat, 3 shelves in there, and then you've got the door for transport. You'll want to have that latched down so we don't have things rolling all over the place and potentially shattering those doors. Is it? Porcelain toilet. Doesn't get much fancier than that in a camper. We've got the 2 coat hanger, towel hangers right there, and a spot for all of your toiletries and bath towels here in that pantry. Do we have it? There's a medicine cabinet too. Big perk, and just to also point out, you are going to have the accent lights around the side of that medicine cabinet. One of these 3 switches will operate that, the other for the main light, and then the other one is going to be to turn your fan on and off. A little bit of storage space underneath that sink as well. And then for your actual door, oh, fancy lock. I haven't seen one of these, so you literally just push down on this to unlock, and you'd be able to lock in. If they didn't have that sticker, I would have probably gotten locked in here, I'm not gonna lie. It just snaps right back in, ready for travel. Now, it looks like this is gonna be one window that does not open inside of the camper, but you do have that blind there as well to offer a little bit of privacy for when you don't want anyone peering in through your windows. Now, into the master bedroom, we're going to have a 12-volt charging station right here. You could be able to hook up your 12-volt television if you wanted to. Looks like they've left the bracket there. Oh, and I like that. There's an actual level on the TV bracket there, too. Connections up above for your coax and power supply. And then we're going to have lots of drawers for the actual dresser here. Tons of drawers. More parts for your TV bracket. And yeah, oh my gosh. Large amount of storage in here. You've got that master closet as well. Just to give you a peek, lots of shelves in that corner in the back. Plenty of shelves there in the center. You've got the actual rack there to hang up anything you need. Doors close nice and easy. And then if you wanted to, you do have your washer dryer hookups with a spot marked right there for the dryer vent. But if you don't, you've got the 3 shelves in here. There is an outlet in there meant for the dryer, but you could use it for anything else if you didn't want to install that. And then an overhead cabinet as well. Just pointing out, you are going to have a 110-volt outlet on the floor right here. Reading lights over the bed, windows on both sides as well. Another outlet right there in the back. We've got a switch for the main lights in here. And then, because we do have that second air conditioner, this one is going to be cut into the ceiling. Controls for this right here will only be for this bedroom air conditioner. And in most cases, would have to see, more than likely these 2 are connected to that main AC in the main living area. So I do believe all the air coming out of this will only be pushed from the unit's vents. Now with the bed, just to show you again, this is where all your storage is going to be for those chairs. And that is pretty much everything to see on this 2018 Jayco. Again, the 321 RSTS. If you do have any questions about this unit, feel free to shoot me a message directly here on YouTube, comment on the video, and I will supply my actual number in the description below. So feel free to send me an email, send me a text. We hope to see you over here in South Windsor very soon in the coming weeks for the 2024 camping season. Have a great spring, everybody.